Yo, what's up, Penguin Operator? How was your Mother's Day? Did you celebrate Mother's Day? I hope you did. It's good. I'm trying to find some sources real quick here. All right. Oh wait, damn. Ah. Just realized that my microphone is slightly in the way. Wait, can you still hear me? Yeah, good. Okay. So what are we gonna do today is that I need to figure out a little bit more about the networking. So we're gonna try one thing. I need to start Steam as well. It won't start. Okay, it's starting. Don't know what's happening. It's a little bit bad to have a Steam dependency that you actually need to launch it in order to try things out, but yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so server client. Because I changed one thing actually before I left yesterday, and I just want to try it out real quick. That how badly does it perform? Okay, it launched. It took a break. Ah, yeah. I left it in a state where it immediately exits. We don't want it to do that. Let's see, I'm gonna... There it is. Oh, right, I forgot that I don't want to do that. This is the only thing I dislike with now with having Steam works, like not should have it as an option if to run without it or with it. Because now I kind of have to do provide. Well, I could also just make it so that you could search for the server and you wouldn't have to do this. Maybe I should do that. But it's still so early on. I don't know if I'm gonna care. Now we should establish the connection. Yes, good. And let's see. Well, now it's. I mean, it's okay, but why did? Ah, it's. Yeah, that's the problem. Don't worry about it. We need to work on that acknowledgement to actually make it work. Having a pretty crap day. My English manager got. Oh, these nuts. What? My manager got let go. What do you mean your English manager let go? Okay, let's see. But now I don't have my own character. Jesus Christ. Really need to work on that acknowledgement. This is bad. Either I don't get the cube or I don't get the actual character. Oh god. That's good. Good to have problems, you know? Because then you have something you can solve. Well, there I am. Good. Nah. I thought maybe it was better, but this is still pretty bad. Well, it's slightly better actually, but it's still pretty bad. But now I'm not touching, I'm still going, like that's pretty bad. And now I moved up and now it moved. Ah, it's so bad. But it's okay. Maybe I should work on that acknowledgement first of all, because it's really annoying if I try to connect and then I'm not even seeing myself get an engineering manager. Ah, I thought it was English manager. Okay, yeah, then it's pretty shitty. Damn, man. So what I'm gonna do is from here actually, we're gonna do this. Is there one on acknowledgement? Let's see. I know there is one source where they talk about acknowledgement. And I just trying to find it now, but because I need to work on that. Let's see. So we actually get everything that we need when we connect, because it's super annoying that I don't. And my plan is that probably doing something like a if I see this is the server, right, and then we have a client here, we don't need to think about more clients than one. It doesn't really matter, but and then the server queues up that okay, the client connects, whatever, and then the server sends that okay, this is a spawn command, right? For the a spawn command is really important. Yo, what's up, receive? And a spawn command is like super important, because if you don't get the spawn command, it's really hard for the client to know what the fuck are you trying to update when they get ID 4 and there's no ID 4 on this client. So we're gonna get the spawning is really important, and then it's gonna send spawn, and then we somehow need to store that this spawn command was sent to client 1, right? And within some time interval, it's gonna see if it has gotten a acknowledge back for this command. And if it hasn't, then it will resend that. I don't think it's worth sending it every update. Is that dumb? I mean, it's a quite naive approach that you could just do and just send to spawn that, because the client has a recognition to see if it's trying to spawn something that it's already spawned, it will skip it. It will not respawn it. It's like, I already got this thing. Like, what the fuck are you trying to do? But of course, if you have gotten a... Same with despawn. Despawn is also really important for the client to receive. I swear to God, it's playing the same song 50 times in a row, and I only have it once in the list. That's fucking crazy. Okay, whatever. And I think that's an approach, like something towards that, right? And I'm not sure though. I'm still trying to see if I could find, where do I have, I saved the source somewhere for this specific thing. What is this thing? Simulate delayed drop packets. Not really my interest right now. Well, it's kind of what I'm trying to fix, right? Let's see. But it's from the same guy, isn't it? It's not Gaffer's game, but it's this. I think it's this guy. Whoever wrote. Where's the Glenn Walk? I think it's from this guy. Let's see. Oh, wait, that's the same thing that I just was on. I'm so fucking dumb. Wait. Yeah, this is the page I want to be on. Then, well, there was already. No, I swear to God, he has one of these. I'm talking about acknowledgement. Sending and receiving packets. This has to be something with acknowledging, right? No. There's no way it has nothing to do with acknowledgement. Packet. Oh my God. That's fucking crazy. I think also probably just asking in general is probably a good approach here if you really think about it, because it can guide you towards the right direction still. I think it would be as implementing it, but I think it would be able to help me. Multiplayer game dev, multiplayer acknowledgement. Let's see if you can find something, probably raw UDP or something. There's probably something that would work also. This is AI answer, which I will probably take a look at. Collaborating with blah blah blah. Multiplayer video game key steps. Okay, let's take a step for making multiplayer games. Sure, we'll take a look at. Apparently have been there already. Basics. And let's take a look here. There. That's what I want to find on all of these. There's one. This one is just basic questions. Okay, it's okay. And this is a course or something? What the fuck is this? What is this? Multiplayer server basics, creating persistent, non-persistent, 2 more parts, WebSocket, creating your own WebSocket server, creating multiplayer game using Unity. Okay, this is just more oracles. Or part 1, part 2. Okay, 6-part series. Okay. So how close are we to Steam? We already have Steam. It's running right now through Steam. When I start the server, it's a dedicated server running, and multiple people can connect if they have the game license. They can connect and play. I haven't released the executable on Steam, but you can still, like, if you just have the game, you can run the game executable and connect with it. Because it's such an early development yet that I'm not gonna put it on Steam yet as an actual downloadable thing. Because there's no gameplay yet, but for development purposes, I give keys and people can connect and try things out while I'm developing, you know? Yeah. Or that's the plan, because the server is hot reloadable, so I can do changes to the game logic, add new logic, new enemies while we are playing. Was this on Saturday? This was on Saturday, yes. I celebrated Mother's Day, so I'm not gonna, like, I wasn't able to be alive then. I'm not a mother, but I celebrated my mom, basically, yeah. Just to clarify. You know, I have been working on a game development for many years, almost 10, and it is one of my favorite things to do. I have released multiple mobile games on an Play Store and have released them gems on each IO platform, but in all of the time during game I've always seen one of the aspects of game development that's reach multiplayer game development, but as I have grown as a game developer career and in my personal dev skills, I have finally come to place where I know that I can actually accomplish that seemingly impossible feat, and that knowledge and coincidence. I wanted to share you all the journey I took to get the journey. Even if you are not a game dev, there's much you will be able to learn from this series. I will be cover basic principles about server design, and I will be going deep into how to use WebSockets technology to create continuous persistent connection using the standard client-server model. I will also be covering topics like Red Hat OpenShift and how we can use it to deploy our multiplayer game. Okay, I'm gonna see, is this something that I'm interested in or not? Okay, you're a mother. Wait. Well, you're the mother to the game. Oh, that's true. I'm mother to the game. That's true. That's true. I think there's a very good chance you have heard about Red Hat and their enterprise Linux solution, and maybe even have heard of Red Hat platform called OpenShift. But what exactly is Red Hat OpenShift, and why does it matter? In this blog, I will try to my best to blah blah blah. Let's see. There's a platform that allows you to easily manage, deploy, and orchestrate containerized application in cloud. So it's basically a Docker on the cloud or something. I don't know. That's crazy. Anyways, I don't think this, depending on the level, because I'm really like, there's just pros and cons. Dedicated server pros, control. Okay, I don't know. I don't think this one might actually be 8. Besides knowing we need to rent servers, then the higher process is a bit porous to me. We'll let that be. Also, a complete guide to multiplayer video game development. Whether it's for a console, PC, or mobile, each multiplayer game has to acknowledge the essential building blocks. Okay, that's not what I meant by acknowledge. I meant the actual, like, maybe not the building blocks, but there was Overwatch. Overwatch has a really, or I have read a little bit about it. It's a really good way of handling these things. Players compete against each other to win various formats like team-based or free-for-all. Popular key gameplay features fast-paced combat, skill-based play team. World of Warcraft, Fortnite. Okay, mine is kind of more on the cooperative, but I don't know what it matters with this, because it's just a game type, but it doesn't really explain about the multiplayer aspect. Best multiplayer games on the Game Pass, essential steps in multiplayer game development. I don't think they're low level on this. Am I wrong? Peer-to-peer or client? Still like very, maybe I'm too fast to judge. Wait. I meant the content alignment. This is actually something I would like to look a little bit more on. Launch events, new content releases, or special in-game events often draws massive numbers of players, all of whom need to be served simultaneously. Strategies to address this includes using CDNs to distribute content patches out. Okay, no, it's not what I thought it was. Okay. Prototyping, game design. I just would like to see, besides my own idea on how to do the acknowledgement, I would like to read something about somebody else doing it. Basically, maybe just Steam here. Let's see what this. What do they have to say? Game data is compressed using delta compression to reduce network load. That means that the server doesn't send full world snapshot each time, but rather only change a delta snapshot that happened since the last acknowledge update. Okay, with each packet sent between the client and the server, acknowledged numbers are attached to keep track of their data flow. Usually full non-delta snapshots are only sent when the game starts or a client suffers from a heavy packet loss for a couple of seconds. Client can request full snapshot manual with the CL full update command. Okay, but this is not really explaining how. Snapshot interval, snapshot. Is this the round time trip or current rendering time interpolation, current time? Let's Let's see, source multiplayer networking. You can enable show to see the different server and client hitbox. That's not really cool debugging. I don't think I'm too concerned about if it's a bit delayed. It's still just co-op, basically, what I'm trying to do. But I still need to have it somewhat reasonable, right? Otherwise it will be pretty bad. And I think that's too impossible to do. It shouldn't be like... Yeah, it shouldn't be. Even though you can spawn, have a hard cap on 1000 entities. But I think we will probably just... we'll probably just reach a few hundred. Like, in the actual game. That's the idea, at least. See what actually happens, but that means I'm counting bullets. Or am I counting bullets? Yeah, I'm counting bullets as entities, and these anything really that needs to be there. So yeah, but then again, also clients don't need all of the entities at once visible, so. But we don't have to worry about too much about that abstraction of what should be there, what shouldn't be there. We can still just make something move, right? Even though I still like to crash my server with spawning more than 1000 entities every stream, basically. It's fun, okay? But I feel like such a dumbass. Can I not find literally anything on game dev? Okay, let's see, what does this one say? In multiplayer game development, acknowledgement is a critical networking mechanism used to ensure data reliability track synchronization between clients. Packet tracking. When the data is sent between a client and a server, an acknowledgement number are attached to each packet to keep track of data flow and ensure no information lost in or duplicated. Delta compression. Server typically use delta compression to send only changes rather than full world snapshots. Acknowledgements confirm which delta client has successfully received. Full snapshots. If a client suffers from a heavy packet loss, it may miss acknowledgements, promoting the server or client to request a full... I should actually make such a command. That. Right now I only have that you can forcefully on a hot reload on the server will trigger a full resync for all clients. And if you reset the client, I have, if you press R, it will reset the client position and everything, just for debugging purposes. If I fuck something up to understand what the fuck went wrong, I put everything back to 0. And then it will also ask a full resync, so maybe you should make it an actual separate command for the resync. Latency management. Acknowledgement contribute to... Wait, what the fuck? Latency management. Acknowledgement contribute to calculating latency ping, defined as the time between seeing a user command and receiving the server response, which impacts responsiveness and requires techniques like prediction mitigation. This is a bit more fancy stuff. I define it as the time between sending a user command and receiving the server response. Sending a user command and receiving the server. So, well, is runtime trip, is that RTT? Runtime trip. Yeah, RTT. Is this that, or is that when you only send? No, it's from back and forth, right? So half runtime trip is only from one to the other, right? I hope it was like that, I don't remember. Which impacts the responsive and requires... Which impacts the responsiveness and requires techniques and time, okay. I think we can actually... I don't mind too much using AI for this, because AI, I think it's still pretty good at helping you out of this. Just don't let it do the implementation, because then you will have some... Well, it can still do the draft of it, but it's gonna probably start doing something very fucked up, and you're just gonna have to review it very carefully what it actually has accomplished for you. But I think it's not bad at getting an initial start from it. Let's see. Let's first do our runtime trip mean networking. Just want to make sure that I don't have that wrong, because I think that's what this one is for. Is the time it takes for the packets to go from sender to receiver and back? Yes, so it is sending a packet to user and receiving. Oh, no. The server, no, and receiving the response. So yeah, it's sending it and getting it back. So that's the RTT. Basically, what a ping measures. Okay, ping. Good. I remembered. So now I would like to actually, let's see, we could actually take this. Okay, I think I have a plan. So I think probably, because we already used the Steam, I would actually like to move a few things around, because right now this is in shared, which is we have over here. I don't like it. Damn it, it's stupid as fuck. Okay, here, shared. And then I have it, a SteamNet file. It's alright, you know, it's not too bad, but it's really annoying to... I so easily modify this server structure when I meant to modify the client structure. I think I should just move them to the individual systems or things in here, because I think I will not be able to do the fuck-ups that have done so many times right now, and it's pissing me off that I'm doing them. And the only reason why I'm doing it is that because they're in the same freaking file. Well, they're kind of shared, but they're not really shared, so I think I will just move them, and that will save a lot of headaches right now, because I'm doing this mistake so many times. I will do it. I will begin with that, because otherwise I will continue doing this mistake, and I hate it. I hate to make this mistake. So we'll take the client, cut it away from here, and we'll go into... We are in client in both places, yes. Actually, well, it doesn't really matter. Yes, we're going here. We will be in what the fuck. Open it again, source, and we'll go. And then we have here, we have the render, we have the main, we have the systems. I will create a new. How do I create a new? I know you can create a new file name. There. We will call it. What will we call it? We'll call it SteamNet. Why not? It's Steam networking, but it's like so. This is not supposed to be within our systems. This is still something that is like from Steam, and I don't want to have it modified hot reloaded. That's what I'm thinking, because hot reloading I put inside of system. This is not something I want to be hot reloadable, because this uses global states from a library, and if I do that, well, then I would have to reinitialize the whole thing and reinitialize in a new dynamic library that we load in, and that's a big problem, because we don't want to deal with that, because then there's a big amount of problems if we do it, so we don't want to do that. We're just gonna be nice and kind, and of course make a folder of it. That's not what I meant to do. What the... I renamed it. What the fuck did I do? Okay, wait. No, hold on. Did I do that? What did I do? This should just be called source. What the fuck did I do? Oh, okay, so I did press... Okay, yeah, no. Keep it as source. How do I control M? Control... what the hell? Okay, wait. I know how to do this. Nah, actually, I don't know how to do this. Okay, we're gonna do this. How do I create a new file in Neo or Lazy Vim in Explorer? I thought I remembered. Lazy Vim Explorer, A. Of course, it's A. That makes sense. Steamnet.zig. And it's more of a namespace than it's anything else. You're gonna paste it in there. Don't worry, there's going to be a few problems. We're gonna have to move things around, but it's okay. This can still like actually... This is shared SteamNet kind of information, which is fine. I think it's fine. We don't want to duplicate that. And then they will use the same information, which is also fine. We're gonna take in Steam over here. And we will see here's no packets. Packets will come from... We can actually... how could we do this? Shared SteamNet. Nah, we're gonna call it const shared. We can take in shared. That's fine. No biggie. And this will be just shared. Of course, it's here. And then packets is here. I can actually do this. Const packets shared that packets. Is it public? It's not public. We're gonna make it public. Packets there. And do we need anything else? Well, we'll see in a bit. and then I will run the server first, and we'll try to fix the client first, and then we'll move it one by one. We're gonna run the server. The client we also would like to run, but I'm thinking I'll probably do this. So we will open it up over here. And before we actually do this, we're gonna take this thing and we'll run the client. This is not gonna run, but it's okay. I just want to need to. That's what I also always want to do. We're gonna open the client here, and we're gonna be able to read the error messages as things unfold. Now, in the main over here, we can see that we already have the first problem at line 26. It does not know there's no such thing as client. Well, that's perfect, because there is no such thing as a client. Instead, what we're gonna do is... I just called it Steam. And I think we can actually use Steam, or actually just call it shared. SteamNet. I'm just gonna call it Steam. Why not? Const. I don't think it's too dumb. Is it too dumb? SteamNet. There's nothing else that I care about inside of it. So why not just call it SteamNet? We are already inside of the client. Kind of makes sense that we're working on SteamNet client then. So let's go with that. SteamNet.zig. Okay, so now we got that. With this, we can actually at the same time modify it. Like, why would I need this? You know, we already know that we're working with SteamNet client. This is kind of redundant to tell it again, I think. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it's redundant. Alright, and then we can go here and we can now modify this, and we will just know that all we need is that. SteamNet. Well, of course it's a... But now this is actually a structure. Damn it! Okay, I'm gonna fix it. Jesus! Gonna make it a SteamNet. And then we will go in here. I don't think we need to do any modifications here. But yeah, it's a structure now. Bam! Now we'll initialize this thing. Very nice. There's no errors. Let's try to run it again. Now, package root source file root has no member packets. In SteamNet. Well, that's funny because now there should be a thing called that. What do we call it? We call it... Did I do a typo? Public. Ah, right. It actually comes not from there. I'm pathetic. Sometimes, you know, we have to go SteamNet.packets. It's okay. It's a bit weird, maybe. I have to maybe rethink that one. And I'm still doing it wrong. Oh yeah, I'm doing it wrong. One second. Then. So now there should be that thing, and if you run it, we get the next problem, which is Steamworks has no member field client. Yeah, that's true. System 81, right? Because now we don't have... Do I have... Yeah, I'm probably using shared here. We could... We're gonna make it like this, yeah. Const Steam net. Let's try. This is a bit weird, maybe. We'll see. Wait, no. This is actually... Wait, client... I still want the Steam net. Steam client. Let's call it Steam client. Wait, that sounds so much better. Steam client, yes. Oh my god, that's so much better. Then we could also rename this file to Steam client. Oh, hell yeah. That's brilliant. Let's do that. And it's gonna be Steam client. That, yes. I think that's better. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. I think that's way better. Yeah, and of course I still call it Steam client. Steam client Zig, yes. Of course we're gonna have to change that in the main as well then. So Steam there. Rename that to Steam client. Oh my god. And then there. Steam client.zig. Set that, so now we've got the Steam client there. And then here we'll change a few things to every instance of this. Okay, there's two of them. We will change it to Steam client. So. And that's just a small problem. Let's run it. Now, what do we have? File exists in module root system and root and system, right? File must belong to only one module, system and main. But that's what I used to do before, shared. Right, because it came through shared, it was already compiled and it could just be used. Now why could I not do it? Would I do that for no no, yeah, I don't. Now we do want it to actually exist. Outside of it, we just want to be able to, because we still just append stuff to the structure. Well, yeah, we don't really need anything else besides the packets from this thing, right? So we could just take the packets. But is that dumb? And where am I right now? Yeah, wait, no. Find references, go to references. No, I use them somewhere. Wait. Oh yeah, in the network manager. Yeah, okay, that's a bit problematic actually. Yeah, that's true. Damn it. We're not even gonna get issues here, but now it's... Here we can see that we try to append or push, basically. Then we go through a packet, and, well, this is just... We're basically just managing the packet. We don't really care about anything else, right? So we could actually use just the packets inside of these things. Would that be a dumb idea? I don't think it would be. Because we don't really care about... Well, for a client we don't, but... For the server I do. But this could actually be moved. No, it could not. Yes, it could. No, it could not, because we need this thing. Okay, Yeah, it was a bit easier when it was in the shared, because then we didn't have this problem. Now we will have that problem. Okay. Maybe I just have to pay more attention to them, which one I'm working with. Okay, I thought that was gonna be something cool here, but maybe I'm just gonna do something stupid instead. It's okay. No biggie. Okay, I will rethink a little bit real quick, because this is a problematic thing now. I cannot use it in both, and I kind of, well, for client this is not a problem. I could just use the packets. Packets which exist in the shared, but for the server, and actually the client will apply the same. I need this mutex. I think I do need it for a lot of, so I don't spam. Hello brain rot, cool Sigmara, how are you? Okay, maybe it's just a git stash. I'd be happy about it. I'm just saying that I didn't think this part through. Because I could just... Yeah, I didn't think that far through. It's okay. I just know that I like to make the mistakes, but I could also just make them separate files, and then that would be already there, a lot easier to manage. Or would it just be more cumbersome? I think it would be easier to manage. The problem is just it's so easy for me to make a fuck up which one I'm working on all the time. But if I made them separate files, I think I wouldn't be able to do it. How do I make a directory? Add a new file or directory. Directories end with a. Okay. So, and then we'll just. Okay, maybe I should first just go in here. We'll do a git stash. It's easiest like that. Everything back to normal. Now I can go in here and we can just make a new file, call it server, and I will just take everything in there. It's just easier to read. Let's see. And then we'll do another one called client. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. For me, it's I have done it so many times. Mistake. It's bothering me so freaking much. Let's do like this instead. So server, paste there, save it, go back to here, up to the top, and we'll have to use void. Oh my fucking god. Paste that, save that. There shouldn't be a problem really here. Expected end of file. Right, I took the client with me for some funny reason. I thought that was gonna be funny. Anyways, save that. Save it, go to client, static there, let's cut that off, go back here, now go to the bottom, you have server there, let's put the client as well, and we'll say, we will not take care of this yet, here, this from here, go back to the client, paste it there, save that, packets are unknown. That's fine. Const packets. They will come from at import. Dot slash steamnet. Not that kind of Steam. Damn it. Steam. I know it's called like this net.zig. Then packets. It's not public. So. And then we can go here. This one public. Server. See why this one is being an ass. Because we have this one here. And the top. Packets as well. Let's do import. And we'll just go here, dot slash steamnet packets and packet. Oh my god. So it's client fine now, yes. And then go back here. We can take this from here, go top, and I'll just do them here. Yeah, we don't need it. Import Steamnet server, and they should be, yeah, they're probably good. Steamnet client. It's just easier. I think now I cannot at least mess these two up. It's happened so many damn times. It's enough. Okay, good. Let's restart the server just in case. They shouldn't really need one. It hasn't changed anything really. And there we got the Steam ID. Oopsie days. Right, I'm a dumbass. Forgot about it again. So this is the server, systems, and if we go to that thing from request station. No. Damn it! Forgot about that thing as well. It's okay. It's okay. Search grep. No. language grep. There. Still something I would like to try out later, but Zig will run and it will provide that thing. Right, I'm not inside client. It's this one that is inside client. Right. There. And there we are. Good. Yeah, okay, so now we can work on the acknowledgement. I think we'll just leave it. This is fine. It's not too bad. It's at least a lot better. It's not too good, but it's better. And what we'll do is that I need to think. Kind of needed to help me understand that. Okay. I'm gonna use code for this. So if you hate AI too bad, I'm using it to actually get an understanding about what the fuck. I will ask you to analyze what I've been doing so far and because I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. All right. Does it make sense? I think it makes sense. Server will send to that I would like to connect to the server. The client sends to the server sends back that yes, but also it tries to keep track, or it keeps track on that command, and then this client will send back and acknowledge that hey, yeah, I got it. And if the server doesn't receive it, after either it will continue just sending spawn until it receives that it has spawned, or you could have like a period where it checks that did you get it, and if you didn't, I will send you again. But yeah. Actually, and another thing, I think, does Steam come with its own like kind of like ID on acknowledgement that I could use? I am not sure, but if it does, that would be great, because then I could just try that. So I would like to implement the real knowledge net command for my network. Now, I would probably like to ask for it for ideas and compare it to what I'm thinking and see if its approach is better than what I'm thinking, because then I would like to do that. But if it's worse, then of course not. Do you have some detailed ideas how I could do that? There. Wait, actually, I wanna read this thing because Sig document mode is through tool. Signature tools aren't available as deferred tools in this session. They appear to be required on MPC server that isn't currently connected. Without them, I can't really. Okay, I need to do that. What would you like to do? If you have an NCPs providing those tools, let me know. I used to have one. Otherwise, tell me what you're trying to look up, and I'll fall back to reading the SIG source in your project. SIG is the output. Okay, I should probably provide that. Damn it. Update config. If you have an NPC providing those tools, let me. I don't know. I used to have one. I don't know if I need to update it either. I'm not that good with MCPs. I don't know how they work. Well, I should have one. Got one like really. I'm gonna check real quick in my tools folder. What happens? Where did I put it? I don't remember. Long time ago. Don't see anything here. What the fuck is this? Alright. That's what it is. Don't care about it. Okay, let's see what does it suggests. Okay, the lay of the land first. Then options. Worth flagging. What you really call acknowledge isn't really an acknowledge. Now I know it's the server telling freshly connected clients you're assigned entity ID X. Server source networking C clients. I'd rename it to welcome or assign player and reserve acknowledge for what you actually want next. Yeah. Yeah. Second framing point. You're sending via key networks and reliable. Steamworks already guarantees order reliable delivery on that channel. So acknowledge that just means I receive your bytes is wasted bandwidth. In your context has to mean something that transport can't tell you. 3 useful flavors. Wait. How can it be sent reliable if I don't get them reliably? I think something is completely wrong here. Oh, whatever. Input acknowledge most useful for player-controlled games.
So how's it going here?
It's going all right. I thought about moving things around, and then it ended up not being the good way to do it, so I moved things back.
Oh, well, you could just have pinged me and asked, and I would just have gave
No,
you the
no,
solution.
no. It's just I would have to, because it needs to be. It's something that needs to be compiled both into the executable and the dynamic library that I'm using, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I would have. I'm just putting them in shared because shared gets compiled once into both, so it's fine to use it like that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Input sequence acknowledged, most useful for a player control game. But thanks anyways. I will contact you when I get stuck. Yeah, like for something that completely doesn't make sense for me. Add monotonically increasing sequence utility to every input command the client sends. The server stamps last input sequence applied on each update transform, update can rotation for the client's entity. The client keeps a ring buffer of recent inputs, and when it sees the server last input sequence applied n, so everything less than n, and reapplies everything. Oh, that's actually pretty good. On top of self-authoritative position. That's the foundation for client-side prediction and reconciliation. Trade-off requires a real prediction step on the client. Without it, the acknowledge is just diagnostic. Snapshot baseline acknowledge Quake's source style delta compression. Tag each update transform batch with a tick utility2 client send a tiny tick acknowledge last received tick. Periodically, server keeps the last few snapshots per client and encodes the next. Server keeps the last few snapshots per client and encodes the next one as a delta against the client's acknowledged tick. Trade-off: real bandwidth savings only kick in once you have many entities. On a small entity count, it's strictly more complexity for no gain. Generic request response acknowledge for RPC-like commands. Add a correlation ID field to. Correlation in ID field to a generic command header. Any command that client sends can be acknowledged by the server with acknowledge. Useful for things like connect, spawn, request, chat, send, where the client wants to know, did the server actually process my thing or did it bounce? Trash doubles the message count for command heavy. Flow only really earns its keep for user initiated action, not per frame input. Start with one. The one that a Steam P2P switch game actually benefits from, and it sets you up for prediction without committing to it yet. Opcode with redefining its payload to last input sequence and piggyback it onto this existing update transform for the owning entity. Sending a separate message, you're already sending one per tick per client at networking. That's 0 extra packets. Sketch a concrete change, rename old knowledge welcome, and that's add sequence to input. Add last input sequence and to update. Or do you want to talk through 2 and 3 better fits? Okay, so I thought that you would just have an idea. Yeah, but how would you then define? I was thinking just taking timestamp, but timestamp doesn't really. Yeah, or just ID that it did get through. For spawning, that would make sense, right? But for updates, I didn't think about the updates at all. Like I wasn't like, I just need to let's narrow it down to just spawning. narrow down to just spawning and despawning, not inputs and up movements yet. Yet. I think that's still a good point, but it's not. At least I want to say everything gets like the planet should get spawned when I connect, right? That's kind of like a given, right? Then we can worry about do we actually move if we get spawned? If you don't even get spawned, what's the point of wondering if we can move? But yeah, that's kind of like I can show. Okay, well, yeah, good. That's actually clarifies what acknowledge should mean. Since you're on a reliable channel. No, shit, fuck. I should also have said that. No. What do you mean by reliable channel? Because I want to use UDP and I'm a bit confused that it doesn't. I'm not using TCP by accident here right now because that would be very bad. Because I think it should be UDP, but reliable is starting to sound like TCP for me. I want to make sure that I'm not misunderstanding that now. Need acknowledge for delivery, you need it so the server knows what each client has materialized. That's a meaningful piece of state because spawning. I don't think I have TCP. It's not. We're already on UDP, no TCP. Yeah, but I don't have. Let me clear up because the term delivery is confusing. Steam networking socket, iSteam network sockets, the API you call into client source Steam is UDP transfer. It's not TCP. The key is reliable flag is Steam's own reliable layer built on top of UDP. Packet frame transmission in order, delivery, MTU aware, fragmentation. Think of it as like quick. Okay. ENet, RACnet, or Tribes, Netcon, UDP diagram underneath with the library adding acknowledge trial logic so the application sees. Wait, so can I just use Steam's inbuilt these things then? Concretely, the send mode flag Steam exposes are unreliable. No naggle. Okay, wait. What was it? No flushed immediately. It's mid to lose packets. Reliable. Yes. All four are UDP. The other modes gives you TCP like semantics over UDP, which is what you want for spawn despawn. You can't have the client miss a spawn or get them out of order, and what you don't want for per frame position updates. An old position is worthless. You'd rather drop it and use the next one. Exactly. Good. Okay, I think now we're onto something. I'm a little bit because this is actually I think the problem right now for the. But yet I have like the wrong way. For the spawning, it feels like I don't have it reliable, and then for the movement, I have it reliable, and that's why it's delayed so much. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But how can I? Okay, wait. Well, let's continue to read a little bit. So the question for your reporting is in TCP versus UDP. No, I don't care. I know it's gonna be UDP. It's per command. Do I want Steam reliable UDP or it's raw UDP? A typical mix. Reliable connect, welcome, spawn and despawn, disconnect. Yes. Lossy delivery of these breaks the game. Unreliable input, update transform, update camera. Yes. Newer once supersedes order, acknowledge retrade, just add latency. Perfect. Good. Right now, your send message to connection reliable with the flag for everything at the client Steam, and the server side will be doing the same. Okay. Good. I'm actually getting something. Okay, that's fine to ship, but it means transform get queued behind triggers on packet loss visible as rubber banding under the bad network condition. The fix when you get there is to pass the flag through push out so each command can declare its own delivery mode. Caveat per your memory. I'm describing the document behavior of this. Caveat per your memory. I'm describing the documented behavior of the send flags. I haven't verified the exact constant value in the Steamworks Zig bindings you're using. If you want, I can grep bindings to confirm the unreliable flags names match before we plan around them. Back to your spawn despawn acknowledge. But reliable doesn't seem to work with that. The analysis doesn't change. Spawn despawn already need reliable mode. regardless of acknowledge the application level. So wait, I don't need to implement my own like kind of acknowledge then if I can just Steams. Or am I done? I think I don't need it. Known entities per client. Server tracking known entities per client is still useful for the reasons I listed. Kill the needs full sync hack. Okay, that's actually pretty good. What does it say? Gate? Gate transform updates on materialization. Clean reconnect. The reliable channel gives you delivery. The acknowledge gives you this gives the server acknowledge of client state, which is different thing. Still want to proceed with option A. Now we have, I haven't read what it set up here. Let's see what it's on about. I'm gonna put a reminder here, what I actually want to ask, but we're gonna read the top thing also. I use, apparently I'm using this thing, okay. Why is it? Times I spawn in without a network player. Okay, let's see what did it suggest here then. Could that actually? Wait, don't just spawning. Yes, since you're a reliable channel, you don't need to acknowledge delivery. You need it. Okay, wait, then okay, I think it's pretty much what I want to ask. And do I even need to do a implementation? Can't I just use Steams? Let's see. Okay, well, it's thinking about that. Let's see what were the options here. Oh, it's pretty much just telling me to kill. It's pretty much the same thing that I just talked about. I think take every outgoing batch with this. Again, it's just a Steam implementation. Still just concerned about the spawn. So not too bad. Okay, so if you can use just Steams, let's see. We can actually go in here while we're at it. Here we have it open here, I think already. Now these are the callbacks. Yes, it's fine. But I want to do the receive send packets here. Reliable, yeah, I'm just sending them all reliable. This is the server, then we have the client. What the fuck? This is the client, and we can open it up also in here still in this thing. And I probably just do the same thing here. I send it Steam as reliable, yes. Everything is just assumed to be reliable. We should probably, as it suggests, just make a kind of like, when I append to send, that I can have some kind of like flag or enum to just specify this should be reliable and this should be unreliable or what. Yes, unreliable is the correct word. Let's see, what does it... Two different questions. Let me take them in order and answer to do I need my own acknowledgement? Generally, maybe not. But the missing mesh symptom is almost certainly not the delivery problem. Let me check something first. Found it. The missing mesh aren't UDP reliable problem. It's an application bug. Two answers, really. Is keys actually reliable? Yes, it really does transmit lost UDP packets and deliveries in order. If spawn entity bytes sequence ever leaves the server, the client will see it. The only way bytes are dropped if the connection closes and the suffer surface to you as a disconnect event. So if you are spawning in without a planet or player mesh, the packets arrive correctly. The bug is in what being put into the packet. Or how... No, because I haven't had the problem before when I just used raw UDP. The actual bug data is lost on the incremental spawn path. Trace a planet that spawned after you initialize full sync. Pan data is not stored. Doesn't even have a data field. But it works sometimes. That's the funny one. Incremental spawn loop. Default splat, net, blah blah blah, wait, full sync, networking. So if it works first time, the client R keys are full sync. The player mesh case is the same shape, probably for a different reason. What does? Let's see, wait, do you need to write your own acknowledge for packets delivered? See, most that doesn't need re-event. Your server knows the client materialized entity X. Steam can't help you. Delivery processing. Steam guarantees the bytes arrived at the client process. It has no idea whether your client code finished generating the planet mesh from those bytes. If that acknowledged on the server side for Delta Sync, kicking the low, getting game started until the run loads. Only the application can produce it. But and this is the honest answer, you may not need it. Your current needful sync flag is hacky but works once bug 2 is fixed. Spawn despawns are correct over reliable UDP without application acknowledge. The question is whether you have concrete second problem that solve. So my updated recommendations fix the data loss bug first, one line ish. But I don't think that's the problem. What? So I don't think that data is the problem. It is persistent. They're not, because it's not persistent. That's the funny part, and it's weird. Sometimes it's the giveaway. That's exactly what my theory predicts. Let me confirm by looking. Because I spawned the planet here. Planet size, assign it there. And the network manager.
Yo, Lucas.
What's up?
Looking off topic. This is funny.
Just a sec. Let me just get the planet spawning confirmed first, then I can look. Spawns. It has a full resync. Goes through every entity, and then it takes the data from entity planet. And that's, you can already see that it's an entity planet, so it should send it. Hello, Kyle. How are you? I hope you're good. I hope you're the best. And then same reason here. I'm in the shared. This should be the client then. And if you go into systems, networking, and then if we just get the commands and then handle command, we get a spawn entity, we see that it's a planet. You go through all the information. The first thing I do is literally read the data that I just assigned over here. Oh wait, but this is... No, this is if it then it assigns it to this and it should send that data over, it should be persistent. But how about you? How's it going? It's going good, I would say. Sometimes it's good. Let me look that server-side Steam transport layer. There might be let me retrace with what I know. Two things change my mind. The planet is spawned at server init, not mid-game, so my earlier incremental path drops data bug doesn't actually explain your symptoms exactly, and handle packet runs on a separate fiber, so I want to look at one more thing. Hello, tetrodotoxin. Okay, well, this one is actually, we can take a look at the thing. What did you say? Cool things, memes?
Off topic.
Off topic. Do I dare to put this on stream?
Sure.
Okay. I missed a lot here. Okay, I'm supposed to go down.
You don't need to do that.
Okay. Bro, I'm trying to look through my phone to find something. I'm on my PC right now. I find this something. I don't know, it might be copyrighted if I play that.
I don't know. This is a random ass song. Never even heard it.
That's crazy.
It's also the only file in that directory. Like, Android is a mess. There's just a bunch of folders with nothing inside of it.
Yeah. Let's see. What did he come to for conclusion? You're right to push back. I jumped to the theory before nailing the symptom. Let me Next ID that the server, the planet gets ID 1, not 0, so no entity conclusion. My incremental path drops data bug is real, but it only bytes entities spawn during gameplay. Your planet spawns in-game init before my client connects, so it goes through a full sync path which does carry data correctly, so the bug doesn't explain your symptoms. On statistic analysis alone, I can't tell you why it's non-deterministic. The trace that you expect on the first connect is always train client create need full sync spawns entity planet. Yeah, exactly. First entity iterates insertion order, planet was inserted first. Next train client connect arrives, server spawns, player sends welcome incremental entity, and Steam preserves orders. So sometimes the planet doesn't show up, has to be one of hypothesis work back checking with logging. Spawn never gets sent, could happen if needful sync becomes false before the output, but that's impossible. The spawn gets sent, but the client drops it. But that's also impossible because we have reliable. Part the client's planet entity gets spawned client side, but the mesh builds wrong. That's also impossible because then I would like get the if it did, then I would I don't know, I have in my render checks for this. The spawn never gets sent. Well, that's pretty much the same thing as here. Okay, it's just setting it. Well, let's do some prints. Good old prints. But it's so fucking pathetic. So here I'm gonna go. What the fuck did I just do? Sent. Right, I'm doing it wrong, but it's okay. Spawn planet, right? We're gonna do that. Simple. And we're gonna actually do it slightly. We're gonna do this. And I'm gonna go here, here, and spawn planet. We can actually do the size. Why not? And then data. And then in client, when we receive here, we can go here and I can say just at the end, spawn planet. That's all we need. That should trigger a hot reload on the server. So now if I connect a client, we should be able to see that. We should send it to spawn a client, or let's see, it connects and then it says full sync, but never sent a planet. No, wait, I got the spawn planet here. Well, of course, now there's a planet when I play. Where did I never got it here? Full sync, sent ID, new player ID. Where's the damn planet? I did receive it. Maybe I'm just blind. What the fuck? This is bullshit. Maybe I didn't trigger the hot reload properly. But yeah, okay. That's fine then. Let's do a save like so. So that should trigger a hot reload. Always trigger. Maybe, wait, is it not building? Have I done a typo? Then it makes sense. Let's see. Zig build. Okay, I have done a typo. Yeah, then it makes sense. Let's see. Okay, I have done. Okay, now I see what I have done. Jesus Christ, I cannot do that. We do want to take actually this part of it. Yank that and we'll visually select that and paste and override it. And now it triggers and full. Yes, okay. By the way, Llama CPU has built-in chat GUI in Llama server and runs super fast with LFMM 2.5 B5 thinking Q4 in case you want to use local AM sometime. I'm faster than Olama and on CPU, but Olama simpler, to be honest. Could you send a link either in chat or on the server, or DM me? I would like to read that. Yeah, please, thanks. That would be awesome. If it's not too much to ask, I can also just do my own like search, but it feels a little bit more like I will read it if I get a link. But you choose. I will do it either way. So let's see, if I start with another zip build run dash, do I have the ID of the application still there? let's start another client. Now let's see, it should send a request. It got, and it said spawn planet 100. And I do have the planet. Fuck me. Why is the planet now here? I swear to God, it wasn't reliable when I tried earlier. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. This is bullshit. Okay, whatever. I don't care. We're gonna go with it's reliable for now. At least we got to know a little bit more about it. What we should be able to do. I should actually be going to bed, but I'm not going to bed. I'm gonna fix this real quick, and then I'm going to bed. We're gonna keep this here. Apparently, I have 2 of them, which is funny. We're gonna keep it. I'm gonna say spawn planet, and I'm also gonna provide it here. Size of the planet, which is, well, we already get size here like this, so I'm gonna keep it like this. And we're gonna print it. Another thing I want to do, now that we know that we should be able to choose if we want how we want the networking to be sent, we can go and look in. I'm gonna move this one to the here. We're gonna go in, yeah, actually here. So apparently this thing is the thing I want to mess around a little bit with. It's okay, like so. I don't really care about the incoming. I can't really make a difference there, but this one I can do a difference apparently. So let's see what. We have, well, these things are not even right. That's fantastic. Oh my Jesus Christ, no. And I can't even jump to the, I'm just sad. It's okay, we'll go to, we cannot Tango. This is the actual, oh my God, you're joking. Can I go to share that? No, of course I cannot. Hey, Jesus, damn. Okay, here. This, it cannot mess around with. Okay, go. Okay, I can. Now what the fuck? Let me try one more time. Oh, I'm not in share. Oh, okay. Let's go to share. It's okay, it's okay. Boom. Now, I am pretty sure if I go here and I go to, it works. Great. Now, let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna yank that, and we're gonna try to find it here. Boom, there it is. And there we have no gla whatever, and we have unreliable. Okay, so we have quite a few options, and well, we can also see that they have 0, 1. We should probably not use it like that, but what I want is to be able to use. We need some way to provide for ourselves. Wait a minute. This is shared still. We're gonna keep it like that. This is the client. So I'm thinking when we're here and we're going through this shit, we're gonna make it better. We're gonna make it beautiful. But because we're kind of getting there where it needs to be a bit better. We are going through. This is not. Wait. Oh my God. Just not. I'm not thinking straight. Because here, push send command. Here we would like to say also that. How do we want to send? What are we gonna send? And what we do have access to in here is the client like this. We do have access to share, sure, we have access to the whole Steamnet if you wanted to. So we
Lucas, you know Swedish, so you have to look in off topic. This sound I hope won't be copyrighted. I mean, I don't know how it will be, it's 1 second long, so.
Rida på ryggen. I don't know if I wanna play that.
Nah bro, look at the path as well.
Piggyback, okay. That's funny.
Like bro, what is this garbage?
It sound flashbang 24/7 here right now. Okay, we could just shared, and then here we could have. We do have access to everything. Why not just do that? And then you could pass in here what you would want it to be. Oh my God, let's do that. It's just a simple dumb idea, and we'll end it, right? I think it's a good idea. It's perfect. So when we have this thing to send disconnect, no, send outgoing. Yeah, send outgoing. We want to be able to process this shit, and these things are just yeah. This thing. Can I see the definition? No, of course I can't see the definition. Well, I know what it's called, so I'm gonna yank it from there. And I would like to see it in here. Cool. So it takes in a not the connection, but I want to see it's the connection first of all, which is this thing, then the data, and then the send flag, which just says I32. I thought there would actually be something more fancy about it, but apparently not. Now U8. No, it's I32. I mean, and this is something else then. Yeah, this is no U in 32. Now what? No, U30 I32. No matter, we can use an I32 as well. Just simple as that. I thought there would be like something fancier about it, but I should probably make something fancier about it. Alright, I could ask AI to do it. Okay. Because it probably knows how to. It's gonna make it easy. Can you add, I think, in Steam net because then it's kind of how should I say it? It's a bit more Ziggy. A bit structure, bit field structure, a bit field, well, bit. Got the girl. Be back to see more glowing fluorescent cube planet live streams. Lol. Yeah, it sounds good. We're gonna start after we get Steam working. I think the next step is to work on a little bit on model loading and animations. I think will be the next thing. I think, even though we should probably make the game of cubes, but I don't know. I feel like we kind of want to get to some more graphic stuff, right? We want to see something more, and I really want to do animations. And I think a bit for the to instant outgoing. And then we'll add it as a parameter to send packet, and we'll just not send packet. I mean to send it in. In here, because you want to be able to push outgoing here. This is what I want to touch on. Let me first verify actual flag constant exposed by your Steam binding. I don't want to bake in flags that don't exist. Confirm the flags are. Bits are unused. Let me check the bindings and check the. Okay, sure. Okay, but wait, we cannot use this thing. I have to make it through here already. Because, okay, we go in here. The client sends, it sends the. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, but it doesn't really matter which one. Both sides needs it actually. Send command. For example, in here already, we want to send this. Here we want to be able to choose that are we gonna send it reliable or how are we gonna send it. So we want to take it in here as well. Go to definition, and then in here we push outgoing. In here it's gonna be taking like how it's gonna be sent, and then when it's manages the packages, we're gonna be able to read this before it sends it, which happens inside of, well, that's in shared now. Yeah, that feels a bit weird. But if you take, for example, server here, and then we take send packets, so it's gonna go through everything here. It has the item, and then here you can see the flags, and that should be able to access that through the packet's own field, that what is the kind of sending, or is it reliable or unreliable or whatever, whatnot. We're probably gonna figure out a few more here. Let's see. Let me check the other clients and sites. Them all. Plan confirm all touch. Steam send flags packet structure flag field on message flag param on push outgoing. That makes on outgoing, yes. Okay, so it's actually gonna do that for me as well. Now that's crazy. Server Zig, client Zig, use flag instead of hard-coded reliable, yes. Network manager pass flags through command send disconnect. Sounds good. Wait, through send command send disconnect. Okay, the orphaned client teams aren't important anywhere, leaving them alone. Okay, it's already doing the request for everything. So let's see. Okay, wait, no. This is not. Wait, this is in Steam, shared Steam net. Yes, so shared Steam net, we already have Steam in here. So what I would like, no. We got access to Steam inside Steam net. Use the flags from the Steam lib. It's easier to debug. Because it's no... am I wrong? I think it's probably smarter to do it like that, right? Because we already got them. We can have the comments there, sure, about what they do more, but also when you want to debug and see that what flag was actually used, you can refer it easily to the Steam library that is used as well, rather than just saying false. Can you do that? I think you should be able to do it. You could just... yeah. Well, yeah, the SIG works a bit different, but in that case I would just use a... but I use Steam own constant as source of truth, not read derive bit position. Let me save the preference before I forget. Yeah. That's exactly what I would like, because otherwise, I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna run into some problems trying to figure out which one means what again. And with this, you cannot get it wrong. Unless if the library is wrong, then, well, yeah, then you will get it wrong too. The 5 modes Steam's names have distinct either two vows, so they map cleanly to an enum. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, that works too. Unreliable, no edge, reliable, and then you would do that in message. Yes, perfect. That's exactly what I want. Yes, good. So now we can just use those when we send a message. We can say which flag, and it will work really nice with Zig also, because it has that nice dot thingy. And then you update the messages, flags, coming last. Yeah, that makes sense, I'm fine with that. Because the allocator, first self, then allocators, then the actual bytes you want to send, and then the flags. And then updating this on to use int from enum, yes, you take the flags from the message, you send it with that. From the server side right now, that's fine. Then the client, the same thing. Perfect, yes, that's exactly great. Now it's gonna probably go through and check all the commands where we actually send these things and update, yeah. Now the 3 push outgoing got an error, that's fine. But it's gonna go through them all and gonna find all of those and update them to take reasonable. Of course, we're gonna still have problems because I'm still not checking when a command was received or whatnot, but let's see that it does the right thing. I'm gonna explain shortly what I meant, what I just said, but let's focus on this thing now. Send command, this writer command. Send flags shared. Okay, it's changing the signature, yeah. And then the actual flags that it receives, yes. And that's inside of the server, so this is inside of the client structure. And then here, when we send a command, we want to send reliable. It doesn't tell me which command this is, but I would assume this is the spawn. Yeah, new player ID, so this is the spawn command. New player ID, yeah. And then this one is then for update position, reliable. Well, do we care about it being reliable? I guess it could not be really, but right. And this one is then probably the despawn. Don't know, don't see more, but reliable for the despawning makes sense. And then now we're inside the server still. This is for a full resync spawn. So now we just send all of the entities in the list over to the client. And wait, this one is the despawn. Okay, maybe I was wrong with the one earlier, but it's okay. Oh wait, that's pending despawn. Okay. Ah no, okay. Now the client side, yeah. That one has just connecting and requesting inputs. But now everything is just sent to reliable, so now we just have the same problem, but with more steps. We'll see. I will let it. Okay, let's see. So it went through here, changed its reliable, and send command, send connect, and send command. Yeah, that's good. And let's see, this is... Everything is just reliable now, right now. That's not good. Now that's the camera. Okay. I guess an input you would like to send reliably over the internet that you sent, you actually pressed a button. But what do you not care about? The positions. You don't really care about the position being reliable, you just care about getting the latest position that something is at. If you get something that is later from what you have already received, then you probably would just like to ignore it, right? That's probably the best I could do right now to optimize this, to do the right thing. And not making them reliable. We actually have to restart the server now. No, we actually have only made changes to the files within the dynamic library, so we don't need to restart anything. Oh wait, shared actually got changed. Yeah, the structure layout is different now. So let's see. I don't think we should have any improvements. I just want to see that it actually runs. Let's see, we're connecting. Spawn planet 100. Planet is there, fantastic. And we can still move around. Even better. Did you rest well? Well, I don't know. You know, when you visit mom, you get to eat a lot of candy and stuff like that, so you don't get the best sleep. But it's really nice. It's really nice, not gonna lie. It was great. It was fantastic. It's nice, you know, to visit mom for a while. Okay, yeah, here we can see I pressed moving backwards. Still haven't received the commands. I'm moved, nothing happened. I'm still connected though. Or am I? Close. Okay, I'm not connected anymore. Apparently I lost the connection. That's fantastic. Don't know why it happened though, it shouldn't. Mom's food, yeah. I actually got mom's spaghetti. Interesting. It's like so bad, the connection right now. But I think it's because it's trying to be reliable when it shouldn't be. Delicious, yes. Okay, so what we'll do now... This may become really funny right now, but I think it's a great idea to do this. Here... This is actually something I should also kind of tweak to make a bit different. But for now, it's fine. Camera position... I don't think we want it to be reliable. Spawns want to be reliable, but this... What are the other... No LSP? That's fantastic. Systems, network manager, let's see. There. Unreliable. I don't really care about it, right? Spawns, I care about being reliable. These spawns, I care about transform update. Don't care about being. And that is hot reloadable as well, so we don't need to restart the server to get it to be unreliable or reliable. We can just... We could even have it connected while we were playing and change the logic for that. That's funny. Let's see. I think... I still feel like there are... Like I'm not pressing anything yet. But I feel still like they're somehow queued. Now I pressed and it hasn't moved yet. Okay. Weird. I thought that would actually have at least like a pretty good improvement in the sense that we should start teleporting around, getting some old commands back, you know. Spaghetti, meat, yogurt, ultimate flavor. Oh, I didn't have yogurt, but we had Parmesan cheese, you know. That's how we pronounce it, right? I got hungry. Yeah, hungry. Ooh. Is it slightly better or is it slightly worse? Right now I'm just spamming commands like crazy and trying to see... I'm not pressing anything, it's still going. Now I pressed going up, nothing happened. Now it went crazy. Not the most reliable internet. I don't think it's internet problem, it's something else I'm doing very badly. But this should definitely be unreliable transform update and unreliable... Unless I misunderstood them, what do they actually mean? Send mode path, send Windows, send blah blah. Well, okay, that's pretty apparent. Values come straight from Steam. Well, you can see that you don't need to read a comment from that. What do these different things mean? I'm understanding it correctly. What do the different flags mean? But I do have the reliable despawn, but yet I don't think it is reliable. You can still see those things there. Just quite funny. To combine into your 5 modes. Once you see them, the names are mechanical. Reliable versus unreliable. Reliable Steam retransmits the dropped UDP packets and delivers message in orders you sent them. Also handles fragmentation for message larger than 1 UDP datagram. Bytes as you sent them with no skips, bit 8. Unreliable fires and forget. If a packet is lost, it's gone. If 2 arrives out of order, they stay out of order. All messages. Okay, that's simple enough, right? And then Niggle. Niggle is a small packet batching trick from TCP. When you send message with say 30 bytes, Niggle says don't put this on the wire yet. Wait a few milliseconds in case more small sends are coming, so I can pack them into one UDP packet. It saves bandwidth and avoids spamming the network with tiny packets. By default, Nagel is on. The no Nagel variant, flush immediately instead of waiting. Don't blank disable it. Steam own docs warns against this. Use it only when you know this is the last message I'm sending for a while. End of server tick. But I think, could it be maybe that's why it sometimes just nothing happens for a while? It's just, nah, it cannot be, it shouldn't be, right? At least for inputs, you shouldn't be waiting. I kind of want, well, it's not, Mode unroll, no. Nagel, yes. Drop if delayed, no. Okay. So Nagel just accumulated commands or packets. Connect, disconnect, lost, desync. Okay. I know exactly what I would like to ask next. Next is just trying to figure out why I still have, because I feel like right now we should have at least the basics right, that it shouldn't be able to get into problems with movement. Wait, let me just accumulate a little bit. Okay, now it's starting to be delayed, so I'm gonna show you guys a little bit. So I'm moving like up and down and around, and now I'm stopped moving, right? It's still going. I don't understand that. And that's what I would like to ask it now, is that why does that happen? But I think that will take next time, because now I'm gonna hit the bed and I'm gonna hit the gym tomorrow morning. And then I will practice for the exam. And then we'll do another long ass live stream and we'll figure that shit out. I think AI is really good at this. And talking with it, trying to understand what the fuck is going on. It's great. I think this is just gorgeous. Oh my god. But we'll leave it there for now. Not something very impressive, just learned a lot more about that. I didn't know about these things, honestly. Holy shit. About the shared. Go to shared. Where did I put shared? Is it shared? Is it shared? Good. Wait, what? Wasn't it here? But, oh, yeah. Steam, it's here. About these flags. I didn't know about Steam had this already done for me. But yeah, that will be it. How many of you are watching? You're freaking awesome. I'm gonna leak everything now. Get ready. My bank credentials will be soon on screen. Whopping 4 of you in total. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye bye.
What?